Welcome to the Black Men Experiences channel. I am your host, CP. And today's topic, this deadly Black Sisterhood of Chaos member woman beats and stabs her black man, well, former boyfriend to fatality. But quietness on that in a collective way from the many various entities on domestic violenceness, intimate partner violenceness toward black men by numbers of violent black women. Yes, yes, yes. There is a silenceness of complicitness that is allowed within various sections of America that they sit there and do just like this at the behest of various controlling type people and feminism and the sister of chaos, black feminism type of oxymoronic type of mentalities. This is how they think about violence toward numbers of black males. Yes, yes. They like more of that because they know it's just not enough. I mean, literally, it's not enough black American men to sit there and say they've had about enough of this one-sidedness of takanakanas of animosity toward black American male in men various parts of America. And too many stand by and say nothing about the rigidness of the antagonist that is allowed toward black men society, the violence toward black men by numbers of women, by numbers of Sister of Chaos members. This is what they do as well. Right? They act like they don't see nothing. Right? They act like they don't see nothing. Yes, yes. I couldn't help but note your pain. My pain, it runs deep. Share it with me. Yes. And passive silence does not equal progressiveness. Yes. Passive silence does not equal progressive recognition on this very necessary topic on that. Let me go ahead and share my screen on this part. Let me first show this particular quick video, a quick video for a second. Give me a second. Where did it go? Here we go. I'm utilizing this under fair uses doctrine. Today is May the 13th, 2026.
Well, it is a mystery that so far police have not been able to solve. A body washed up in a river, and police are telling us this does not look like an accident. But no one has come forward to ID the potential victim. But now a way the police believe you can help in making an ID. Catherine Huntley here now, live with this story.
Back on May 16th, a kayaker found a body in a Huron River marsh. That body remains unidentified. So now the sheriff's office is hoping the public will be able to identify some of the tattoos on that body. Take a good look. These are some possibly recognizable tattoos on the Erie County John Doe. Law enforcement is hoping someone might know who or what organizations they belong to.
Study the tattoos, talk to people, anybody that does tattoos or anybody that has knowledge of gangs within Toledo to Cleveland, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to listen to you.
Police say the man was 5 feet 6 inches tall, black, around 160 pounds, with dark facial hair and around 20 to mid-30s in age. The body was found just south of the Route 2 bridge in the Huron River. They don't know the cause of death yet, but police say it is suspicious.
Mm, mm, mm. Just want to set that direction up first. And it's interesting with Harvard entity. Well, hey, some gang members. How do you automatically assume that? But that's a different topic. The girlfriend, the Sister of Chaos membership, black woman that you saw in that image at the beginning of the show, girlfriend of missing Cleveland black American man found in Huron River, indicted in his unalivement. Erie County, Ohio, a Cuyahoga, Sumter County grand jury returned an indictment charging the vicious, demon-like Sister of Chaos member, this particular black woman, girlfriend of a missing man found unalive in the Huron River with murder. Demon, Diamond Vaden, 32, is facing charge of murder, felonious assault, tamper with evidence, gross abuse of a corpse, and having weapons, on a disability for unaliving of her boyfriend, George Cox Jr., 32. Look at that. Look at that vicious demon, Sister of Chaos member. Violent. Domestic abuser, intimate partner, violence abuser of her black former American boyfriend. Where's the outrage at that? Where's the various political figures that jumping up and down about this consistently epidemic of number of Sister of Chaos members doing violent tendencies toward black men? Quietness. Do you understand? Cox was reported missing on November 8, 2024, and his body was found in the Huron River in May of 2025. Cox was last seen on October 18th in the area of Bosworth Avenue and Peony Avenue in Cleveland. During the missing person investigation, officers conducted a wellness check at the residence of Cox, shared with Vaden, and found a vacant apartment with little furniture and what appeared to be blood on the floor. According to release, the investigation revealed the blood was Cox and Vaden no longer at the apartment. On May the 15th, Cox was found by a kayaker, the black male, black American man, was found by a kayak in a shallow, marshy section of the river south of State Route 2. His body was wrapped in a fitted bed sheet and was found with a marine style rope. Uh-oh. And you know what? Sorry. You didn't even see what I was reading. Sorry about that. But you heard what I was saying in the background. I just didn't show the picture. My goodness. Or the image of the article. But that's okay. I'm just going to show this real fast. This is what I was reading right here. Of this demon. Right? Diamond Vaden. This is what I was reading right here. Look at that. Look at Diamond Vaden. All right? That's what I was sitting there reading. Okay? But at the same time, again, numbers of people do just like this. When it's violence against numbers of black males, especially by numbers of other women, even extremely more by the Sister of Chaos members, when they do it toward numbers of black males. Right? Now, with that being said, let me sit there and show you this particular video. Hold on, let me get back out of here. Let me go back out. Hold on. Again, may his soul rest, Mr. Cox. And may this demon seed, Diamond Vaden, may her soul never rest. See, think about it, there is no forgiveness that's done in collective way. Want to hear something about, oh, black male, black men, we got to protect black women from these black men out here who they are just unaliving black women left and right like they going out of style. Do you understand that? There is no forgiveness when you hear something about that, even though it's beyond out of context. Not even on collective scale, how they try to make it seem like that black American men just running around, just wrapping up and grabbing up and transitioning numbers of black male to unalignment left and right every few hours. Do you see this little disgusting tactic? But the various parts of main news media, Sister of Chaos member entities, however known, even political figures, the ones applies to, they love hearing about this because there is a gold mine of anti-black maleness, rage baiting. Do you understand? Now, when you look at that cretin, I just sit there and showed you on this screen. Well, she came from a disturbing background. Go to Hades. The ones who play that tactic. You're a grown ass freaking man. There are choices that you don't have to make. Say if you grew up in an unfortunate upbringing, does someone have to tell you not to walk across the street when you see a car come your direction? Of course not. Does have somebody to tell you see a bunch of Ku Klux Klan members in hooded sheets coming towards you with a rope? Does somebody got to tell you, I think you need to leave? Right? But by the way, let's see what kind of background she comes from.
Ms. Dayton, this is your sentencing, so you have an opportunity to speak to the court. Would you like to speak? What would you like to say?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's very unfortunate that two families are here today. What I do want to say is there have been situations that I've been in that I have walked away from due to violence. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised in a household with a guy putting their hands on a woman.
Whoa. You hear what she said? She said she wasn't raised like that. So where did she get that little demon type of response? Because it is ingrained in some of these type of Sister of Chaos members. It's ingrained from what they see on various shows and stuff like that, various commercials. When you see the man getting his head whopped off, knocked off, seeing women beat down men, beat down black women, women beat down black men, black women beating down black men, right? Women sitting there slapping men all over the place. It don't matter what kind of economic level that man is in. Please, man, go somewhere for the ones who try to play that game. It don't matter if that guy is rich, medium rich, low rich. How many numbers of males tolerate getting beat, slapped, kicked, things thrown at them, financial abuse, mental abuse? Do you understand? Emotional abuse, etc. Coercive manipulation tactics every freaking day, and numbers of men, quite a number of black American men do nothing. Do you understand? Passive silence does not equal progressiveness, right? No type of progressiveness, right? Of correctiveness of actions. Do you understand?
So there was a lot of times where I had to walk away from a situation other than being left from a situation. So
let me go back in for a second.
There have been situations that I've been in that I have walked away.
The court, would you like to speak? What would you like to say?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's very unfortunate that two families are here today. What I do want to say is there have been situations that I've been in that I have walked away from due to violence. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised in a household with a guy putting their hands on a woman.
I was gonna play it again. You heard what she said? She was not raised like that. Just saying, right?
So there was a lot of times where I had to walk away from a situation other than being left from a situation. So I do regret, and and I do think about it every day that I wasn't able to help him, that I wasn't able to call the police because I panicked. I walked away from a situation that was very, 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 it was just a lot. It was a lot for me to deal with, and I truly am very, very sorry for what happened to George. Me and George had an up and down relationship. It was good, it was bad, it was not always perfect, but I am a person that is a loving and caring person. And one thing about me, I'm not a person that's going to hurt you for no reason, or I'm not a type of person that's just going to just bully you or just put you in harm's way. So I do want to say I'm sorry for the family. I have got to know them. They really didn't get to know me, so they just seen one side of a relationship. They didn't really see the side, that I brought. But I do appreciate my family for supporting me. They've been here through this whole process. Mentally, I'm still trying to figure everything out, but it was the reason why God brought me here, to keep me safe, honestly.
And you see what she just deflect all over the place. And then she brought in the word, the Almighty God source. She said God. Do you understand how these people use these type of cretin, these types of chaos members? They utilize that Almighty terminology in deflection, a lot of tactics and stuff like that. You think the Almighty God source made her sit there and unalive this guy, the black man, for this no reason at all? Do you understand that? You think this Almighty God source said, you know what? Hey, I brought you through this after you didn't demolished and fatalitized that black man like he was nothing. And the way you unalived him, you beat him down, you stabbed him left, right to fatality. You think the Almighty God source this? Well, you know what? He brought me out of that. What? Do you understand that? Now put that in reverse and let a black male say that and see if that's going to fly.
Because I actually was not safe. I was not safe with him, and I was not safe in the community. And like I said, it's unfortunate, but I'm very, very, very sorry. Thank you.
Deflection. The judge is going to say a few minutes or something. I'm just going to keep it short.
Ms. Vaden, your attorney advises the court that your family is not an enabling family, and I've heard from the detective that you were brought up in a good family with good examples. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on, let's go back again. Maybe some people didn't hear that part.
Not an enabling family, and I've heard. Ms. Vaden, your attorney advises the court that your family is not an enabling family, and I've heard from the detective that you were brought up in a good family with good examples. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
What did she say? Absolutely, she was not brought up in an enabling family. So where did she get this viperlistic cottonmouth anaconda and this nonsensical behavior from? She got it from observing other Sisterhood cast members, other numbers of feminist type of personnel, however, allowability in various parts of the U.S., etc. That's spreading out different places, by the way, of allowing violence against men, violence against black males. Do you understand? It's allowed. You hearing more about even, unfortunately, these younger black females harming these younger black males. Do you understand? It's almost like something has been implanted in the mentalities, right? It has been something, whatever you want to call it, has been implanted into these little viperness, right? These cottonmouth mentality type of Sister of Chaos members, right? And these younger ones that are their mentalities are trained to harm young males, trained to harm young black males because they're little cretin mothers who have a hatred for black males, right? And that stuff is passed down. But she wasn't exposed to that directly. Do you understand? So she had to observe the stuff going on in different other places. Do you understand?
They taught you not to lie, I take it, yes?
All the time.
While lying.
You called Mr. Cox's father Dad? So you did get to know him to some extent, and he got to know you enough for you to feel comfortable with him to call him Dad, yes?
I'm gonna say no because I really just was in his home, so it was kind of like respectful. Didn't call him his first name, so I just felt like that was best. But we never really had a relationship. It was just kind of just, whatever George wanted me to do, that's what I would do.
Excuses. She had to call him Dad. Well, I was gonna be respectful because I don't call him by his first name. How about calling him Mr. Such and Such? See, this is the thing also, a lot of these type of Sister of Chaos members, right? This age, she's a grown woman, she's over 18, but they were never taught them, oh, let me bag back. No, let me bag back. Remember, she did not come from an enabling family. Again, there's a fine line because even though, say, she had a 2-parent house, I'm giving because she said she came from not an enabling family and a basically intact family. Let's give an example. Let's say, for instance, if that was a contemporary father and mother in the background, sometimes that's not even good enough because if you have a father, a black father, he's in a household, which is great, but his mentality is not there. That can be almost just as worse, right? Than ones that are not there at all. You said, what do you mean by that? Because if he's not teaching that black woman about reality and to keep her little paws off of the man, off of the black male, then he's not teaching her anything. If he's not teaching her, baby girl, whatever it is, you're not a princess, right? This globe don't owe you nothing. The states don't care nothing about various parts of black women. There's racial racism things going on every day. Don't you ever forget that, right? There's so many different lessons that apparently she was not taught. So even though the black father was in the house, apparently some things he wasn't teaching her correctly. Do you understand? Now it's obviously better overall to have a father in the house, or don't necessarily have to be in the house directly, but indirect, right? Because there's numbers of non-custodial fathers, but it's still active in that child's life. Do you understand? But something was not taught to her in an overall way. It seemed to be to me that she was just allowed to kind of do all kind of different things. You understand? So even though she didn't come from a bad background or an enabling family background to allow her to be violent, but apparently it was allowed in some kind of way by mentality. Do you understand?
He asked you what happened to his son?
He asked me, but it really wasn't.
You lied to him? What he said earlier was true?
No.
Well, did you tell him I would never do anything to your son?
Oh my.
What did you say to him when he asked you where his son was?
I kind of was still like way mentally not all the way there.
I didn't ask that. I asked, what did you say to him?
You tried to
I
deflect.
didn't know.
You said you didn't know.
So she lied. We're not talking about
Were there
little
other
white
family
lie.
members that asked you?
Yeah, we're not talking about little white lie,
Who
by the
would that
way.
have been?
Just back.
Were there other family members that asked you?
Yes.
Who would that have been? I didn't ask that. I asked, what did you say to him?
I didn't know.
You said you didn't know. Were there other family members that asked you?
Yes.
Who would that have been?
Aunt?
And what did you tell her?
No.
You said what to her?
I didn't know.
Anyone else?
That I didn't know what happened to George.
Yeah, how many times would you have said that to his family members?
Twice.
See, only twice, right? Okay.
Did people in your family ask you?
No.
Not one. Okay. Pathological liar.
So you said to the court that it was a lot. You said that you were truly very sorry for what happened to George. What happened to George?
Uh-oh.
George died. So, like my lawyer told me, she didn't want me to make it about me, but I felt that it would be better if I was to.
How did he die? What happened?
He was beat up and he was stabbed.
By?
By me. He was beat up and he was stabbed.
By?
By me. She didn't want me to make it about me, but I felt that it would be better if I was to.
How did he die? What happened?
He was beat up and he was stabbed.
By?
By me.
What came out of her mouth when the judge asked, how did he transition? He was beat up and he was stabbed. And who she say did it? She said she did it. Mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. What more? Mm.
I couldn't help but note your pain. My pain, it runs deep. Share it with me.
We have reached the point where the black male is essentially economically obsolete and useless. And this is at the bottom of this war that's getting ready to develop on the black man.
Mm, mm, mm. I thank you for tuning in to the Black Men Experiences channel.